It's Dan the podcast, man, and I'm all about highlighting people's journeys, and I'm on the hunt looking for incredible people with stories that deserve to be told. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Highlighting the Journey. Today I have an incredible guest. She only goes by one word, one name. Her name is Kat.
Hi everyone, thank you Dan so much for having me.
Absolutely. A little background on you. What do you do?
I do everything. We were just talking about networking, but I network. I also do title insurance. And my best title is I'm a mom also.
That's the best line.
Mm-hmm.
I love that because I do the same thing. I was in a business coaching call, and they asked me the question, how do you describe yourself? And I explained to them, I'm like, I'm a father, husband. Mm-hmm. And then I started going into the career path, and they admired the fact that I said father first, because a lot of people do it the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
They do it the other way around. Well, not like you just did it now, but I'm just, and they saw that as a very eye-opening thing, because one of the biggest things I've been trying to work on my life this year, because you can see how chaotic, and your life too as well, because you're pretty busy, is just like be present at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate losing touch of something like that.
Yeah.
Because of I'm in real estate or I'm in this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just kind of like a lame excuse. I should be a present parent. So, well, I got to know you a little bit the last time you met. You came here.
I know.
How do you feel about the studio now?
It looks amazing. I know you were telling me, you were like, I'm going to do the walls. And I'm like, okay, I see it. But like seeing it in person after your vision, it looks amazing. I love the colors.
I love the fact that you came in beforehand too.
Mm-hmm.
So because I was just like a little setup over here, but now you saw like the transformation. And that was only a month ago.
You work fast.
That's what Steve, when I partnered up with Steve, I met Steve this year too. So when we partnered up, he's like, I didn't realize the level of speed you do. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you just go. I'm like,
you just do. Like a lot of people say, but you're like a doer.
I think that's the biggest thing I ever learned about getting into a W-2 job. You're kind of given the instructions. You know, your boss tells you I need these things done. And then for me, when I started to dive into real estate, there is nobody. You're your own boss. And it was always take the action. And we were talking about networking events, and I would never go to a networking event unless I had somebody. And it sounds like you were in the same boat.
Same boat. So because of social media, and you do a great job at it too.
Thank you.
People think that you are an extrovert, I guess, that you're very social, but I'm actually very shy. And we talked about this. And so the person who got me into networking events was Michael.
Yes.
I wouldn't go to them. And then he was like, just come with me, because I wouldn't go to them by myself. I would be so shy.
Do you think you would be here without Mr. Tintino?
Be here like in the podcast?
Not even the podcast, but just like where you are today, because I feel like that's a big push.
For sure.
When you get to those network events, that's when you start to meet the people and you start building the business.
Yeah. Well, I think that people that come into your life, they play a certain role, right? And you get to learn so much from them. So that's why I keep a certain type of people around me, because I'm looking to learn and grow and take something from them.
Yeah. But you didn't marry Mike, right?
I did not. It's so funny. Someone said that to me yesterday. They were like, yeah, you got engaged to Michael Totino. And I was like, well, our marketing worked.
Nailed it.
Yes, because we were promoting our Let's Get Social networking event.
Yeah, and that's another thing you do. You host events, and what's Let's Get Social event? What's that about?
So Let's Get Social. It started as a conversation with Michael, and he's just like you. He's a doer. And I was like, I want to do this networking event, where we could raise awareness and also raise funds for domestic violence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, that's so incredible. So, can I ask what'd you raise over the years, just like in general?
Yeah, so the last one we donated to Angels of Long Island, and I think we did about $12,000.
That's incredible.
Yeah. it was a little difficult because, you're trying to sell the tickets, but also, raise funds.
You're playing both roles, and
Yeah.
and that's a lot of things that happens when you're in that position of being. I really hate this term, by the way, but I'm just going to use it. Entrepreneur type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's like, but you kind of have to wear many hats.
Yeah.
And so you have to be the ticket seller. You have to raise the money simultaneously,
Yeah.
and that is extremely
And then
difficult.
organize. Oh.
You don't like organizing? You sound like you.
I'm not. I'm not a very organized. I'm like a what is it? Just chaos. Not very organized.
Just chaos?
Just chaos. It's the
So-
best. You know how they have like the type A personality and type B? I'm definitely type B.
See, I don't know what type A and type B is. When people say it to me, I go, yeah. So what?
Yeah.
What is it?
Being fashionably late.
Ah, she was a little late.
Just a tiny bit.
You weren't late
You
last
know?
time. What
I
happened?
wasn't. I
No, you weren't
wasn't.
late
But
last-
sometimes, you lose
was the
track
pressure.
of time and traffic. I always blame it on traffic.
No, it was raining today. I'm just breaking chops. But I do want to dive into your backstory
Yeah.
because I actually don't know it. So, did you go to? Were you born here?
No, I was actually born in Honduras.
Really?
Yeah, I was born in Honduras. Came here when I was 10 with my brother.
So how did you come here? Did your parents bring you, or you just came with your brother?
I just came with my brother.
Really? How old was your brother?
Yeah. My brother was 7 and I was 10. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We came by ourselves. Yeah.
I have to ask, how does that happen?
So my mom came here super young. She wanted a better life for us. And then so she started working here in the United States. And then she was away from us. And she was like, I want to give my kids a better life. And then she just brought me and my brother.
I love that, and the reason I love that is because I have the same background as yours. My
Yeah.
parents are both from Sicily, and over there, it was just no work. There was nothing, and my father. Luckily, there were already relatives that got here, a few of us, and my grandfather was the first one to get here, but said like, want a better life, and it's. I love hearing that from you. And somebody that's an immigrant that wasn't born here, because I think people are very. I'm going to be quite honest on this podcast. I think people are very naive what they got in front of them in this country. Not to say there's a lot of issues in the country. 1,000%.
For sure.
It's just like, would you ask the question? Would you live here or would you live over there?
No, here. I love this country. I think this country is great. I think it's one of the reasons why our parents brought us here, and
100%.
they chose to come here, not only for the work, but I think that you're right, we do take it for granted sometimes.
Yeah, no, of
like
course.
even now that I'm a mom, I understand my mother and why she did what she did, because I wouldn't want to raise my son over there. I would want to raise him here.
Yeah. My wife's yelling at me. She wants to move to Sicily. I'm just like,
Really?
yeah, because it's just you're talking about type A, type B personality.
Yeah.
Well, they're type R for relax. They're just their whole methodology, and it's great. They
Yeah.
do live a very beautiful life where they wake up around 7, 8 o'clock, and then they go
For
into work.
sure, yeah.
But then 12 o'clock, everybody stops working.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Siesta.
Yeah. No,
Do you have
and-
siesta over there?
I don't think we have siestas over there. It's a third world country. No, we definitely don't. But I get what you're saying, because when I traveled to Spain, I actually was like, oh my God, this is where I want to retire, because
Oh, where'd you go in Spain?
people, Madrid,
Oh, yeah.
and people are just so relaxed. And you're right. By like 1 o'clock, everybody is like
Family
taking
time.
a nap, or even restaurants, they were closing. And the days were so long, but everybody was very relaxed.
Yeah.
And coming from New York, everybody's go, 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 go. So
It's
it
like
was
you
very
don't know
nice.
what to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So you came here at a very young age. So what happened? What was the part of that? Did you come here to New York, or where'd you start?
Yeah, so we, and the climate that we're in right now, you almost feel a little uncomfortable sharing this, but we actually came with a coyote through Texas. Yeah, so my mom had to get us from Texas. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of people don't know that about me. So, but that's why I feel like I'm very passionate about,
Do you remember
immigrants.
that?
Of course, I was 10. Yeah, it took us weeks to get here. Yeah, so a lot of people, they see me and they think that, everything just comes so easy, but no, there's struggle. There's a little bit of struggle there.
Well, I will be honest to you on there. I think it's because I think you're a very beautiful person. People think that's just like an automatic pass
Mm,
on that, but it doesn't. That doesn't. What people don't realize is like, yeah, you could be beautiful, but you look like everything I watch you do. You're a hustler, and you work very. Looks like you've worked very hard
yeah,
to keep your status. And but yeah, it's kind of like that thing. It's like people like, your life must be so great. I mean, yeah, probably, but you're not satisfied with stuff like that. And then you had to work at something like that.
for
To,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounds like if and correct me if I am wrong. So watching your mom do all this, did this build like for your ambitious
Oh yeah, for
personality?
sure.
Yeah.
I think that my mom is probably one of the only role models I really had because she worked so hard, and I think that's where I get a lot of my work ethic from because I seen her work 2 to 3 jobs, to provide for her kids,
Mm,
while still being a wonderful mom, and she's just amazing, man, and
I
she
love it.
had less than what we did.
That's always the thing. The thing is, my grandparents had less than my father did. My father got more, and now I got more than my father. Like
Hmm.
and that's what you want. Like
Yeah,
now,
for
my
sure.
my kids, and I know you're gonna say the same thing for your son is that you want him to have,
Right.
But I think the other key component, and so we're gonna kind of dance around this, since you do have a better life than your mom had a better life, and you want to give that to your son also needs to also understand worth ethic,
For
not just
sure.
be handed
Oh yeah.
your what you built,
Hmm.
your reputation, your name, the money, everything that goes behind it, because somebody could just take that and just say, oh, well, what's that worth?
Right.
But judging by your background, it doesn't seem like you'll let your son get away with stuff like that.
Oh, definitely not.
No,
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 I don't. I
no.
don't. I just.
And even though he's the only child, it's important for me to be able to raise a decent human being, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna go out into the world, and I would be doing a dishonor to him to pretend that everything comes easy and everything's just handed to you.
You must have such incredible insight on that of the internal struggles of that. So I want to go back to your story. So you
Hmm.
came here, so you got to Texas first. So then what happened after that?
So my mom had to come and get us from because we were actually with Border Patrol. So yeah,
So you got caught?
yeah, we
Oh,
got
she got
caught.
caught.
We did. We got caught.
Where'd you
It's
get
like a
caught? Oh no, I
movie.
got to hear this. Where'd you get
Yeah.
caught?
Honestly, I don't even remember what it was called, but it was somewhere in Texas.
Oh,
And I
so
remember,
they caught you
yeah,
inside of America. So you
yep,
already passed in.
yep,
Okay.
we were already in. And I remember just seeing, what we call it a gringo.
I
And
love
I
it.
just remember me and my brother just like crying, and we're like, we were kids. Like I think about it now, I'm like, I was like my son's age at that time, and I look at my son, and I'm like, could never picture.
It's like the thing too. So since I had children, I look at people very different now because I'm
Hmm.
like, I look at somebody, I'm like, somebody that's like 60 or 70 years old. I'm like, that person was a baby.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't imagine that. So it's like, you went through this whole entire thing. It's like, can you imagine your son going through that? And
Yeah. Like sometimes I think about it and I'm like, oh, I can't.
because he's so
But my
precious.
mom, she had to do what she thought was best for us.
Listen, I don't blame you. And that's why I know your story, and it does ruffle up some waters because of the climate of the country and everything.
Hmm.
But it also it screams in volumes also because it shows that your mom you're risking so much stuff just to get here because
Yeah.
the better life I'm willing to put it all on the line. I mean, like how dangerous was that
Yeah.
journey? I mean,
I could only imagine what she was feeling waiting
of
for
course,
us, right?
where's my kids? You
Yeah,
know?
and not hearing from us for days at a time, and to us to then
What
come
year
in
was
to
that
get us.
roughly?
2001.
Wow.
April 2001.
Oh, you got it exactly. So you got from there. Where how did things start to kind
So
of?
then my mom had to get a bus, come and get us, and then I remember. I
So she
remember
was able
hadn't
to get you
seen.
from Border Patrol. They didn't give you a They didn't give
No, because we were kids and we were
Okay.
by ourselves with other
What are they
people.
gonna do? Yeah.
So they do have centers, like you hear about them on the TV, detention centers. So that's where,
You were in one of those.
yeah, yeah, with my brother, yeah, it's
crap.
crazy. Yeah, remember?
I
and
did
then,
not expect your story to be this way. Holy crap.
Yeah,
Because I look at your social media and you're very funny. You got such great stuff. You do all the real estate. You're working out at the gym. You're playing with your dog, which I do want to talk about later. But I just didn't. This backstory is remarkable.
yeah. No, a lot of people don't, and I think, like you said, the climate that we're in.
You kind of you're
A
wary of
lot of
sharing, yeah.
times, you don't feel comfortable sharing, right? And people gotta understand that, people take those steps just because they want a better life. Yeah, you have some bad apples, but not everybody's coming here.
No, I want people to
Yeah.
come into this country flat out. My parents are immigrants. I'm not discrediting that. I just don't want. It's like you said. I don't want the bad people.
For sure,
And that's
yeah.
where I think where people get hung up. And it's just those people that. It's like now you got hardworking Hispanic people that do work in this country, and they're not.
And we love this country, right? And we
100%
respect
they
it and
do.
we love it. But I think that's another reason why a lot of people don't share those stories.
Yeah.
Because people will judge.
They will judge and everything. It's just I don't like the fact that you got like it's all lumped as one. But unfortunately, it's
For
also like
sure.
now you probably are like I think you're probably split down the middle because you're obviously you feel the way you do about how you got here, but at the same time you hear
Of
horrible things that
course.
happen here with people that are gang members or whatever in that case. Or
Yeah, but I just feel like people should be a little open-minded, right? So like you said, you see my social media and you wouldn't even
I didn't think
you wouldn't
just,
even think
not
it,
even a
right?
second.
Yeah. So I think it's I like to share it because I feel like some people
your
might be able
story.
to relate, right? And just because you came here one way doesn't get to dictate how your life should go. And you can make something out of yourself.
I love that you said everything you said. I really do, and I actually want to thank you right now for actually being this vulnerable and giving that information because I don't think, like you said, I don't think most people would share that information.
For sure.
And even I had tenants that were deported too recently. It's and they're good, hardworking Americans.
Right.
Well, they should be Americans, but it's just they're good, hardworking people just trying to better themselves and. It does bother me, so it's just I am thankful for you sharing your story for doing that. That was a lot. That was a lot. What time? I don't even know what time we started the podcast, but holy moly, we jumped right into it. So your mom grabbed you from got you guys on the bus, and then what happened after that?
So we lived in Queens for a while.
How did your mom figure that out? Do you know how she knew how to get New York was the spot to go, or was
So
there
she had family over here. So her sisters were already here.
your aunts?
Yep, my aunts. Yep. So she came to live with them until she got herself together
Okay.
to then bring us here.
Now, did you go to school right away? Like, so they put you right into school?
Right into school, and because I didn't speak the language, we were actually in ESL.
Oh, okay.
Yep, in ESL, and this was so crazy. And ESL kids actually were put together with the special ed kids, which is crazy. So now you have kids who have like behavioral issues, and then you have us who don't speak the language, and it's like it was chaos, in Queens. And then my mom was like, you know what? I think we're gonna go to Long Island. These kids out here are a little nuts.
Just so you know, I was in special ed,
Yeah.
and it was the same. It was kind of like they kind of. I feel like they just mashed everybody.
Everybody together. No, and they were great kids, but like you gotta understand, right? So you have kids don't speak the language. So there was like, when I mean, like we weren't able to communicate. And then there was a lot of like,
Well, yeah, I know where you're going
Yeah.
with this because I could speak on behalf of that. Like when I was in special ed, it wasn't like there was like I had a learning disability. That was basically it. It wasn't I had a behavioral issues
Right.
or there was something that was more affected down the lines. But then yeah, you mix, and there were people in my class that were they really had a hard time, and I felt for them. Me, I just felt like I just never was supposed to be there. But
Yeah.
I'm very torn by that.
That's another topic. Yeah.
That's a whole
Because I
nother topic.
feel like,
I just want to
Because I feel like some of these kids, they just needed, I think they were coming from broken homes. And I think that, they were lashing out because things were happening at home, right?
100%.
So you take it out on your peers,
100. I couldn't agree with you more. So how did what's your mom's name, by the way?
Enid.
One more time.
Enid?
Annie?
Yeah.
How did she figure out Long Island? Did she know it was like the spot? Like so like
I don't know how she knows, how she found that out. I think they just started looking for homes, and this is what they could afford. They
Gotcha.
couldn't afford buying something in Queens, and she also didn't like the school system.
Gotcha.
So she was always looking out for us.
So what age was that? Like when you finally got out to Long Island?
When we
Roughly.
came to Long Island, I think I was 15.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's so remarkable. So what school did you go to when you got here?
William Floyd.
Okay, so you were out in that district. Did you go to, so after all that, did you go to college or anything? Or
I did. I actually wanted to be
what did you want to be?
sportscaster because I love sports. So I would talk about sports all the time. So I wanted to be on the radio and talk about sports. And I actually did it for a little bit. Actually, before podcasts were even a thing, me and my friend had a podcast. We were
Don't you love
so
that?
young.
Like, you were the originator.
Yeah, no, not originated, but
it was like it wasn't.
But it was something that we were passionate about, right?
100%.
So I actually went to Suffolk to study that, but because I didn't have my green card yet, I had to pay double per semester because they look at you like you're from studying from another state. So
Gotcha.
yeah, so I was paying I think it was like 10 grand a semester, and then I was working. I was like, I can't do this. I can't afford it. So
What
I
was your
stopped.
job?
Huh?
Were you working?
So I was managing a restaurant.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
To go back to the sportscaster.
Mm-hmm.
After this podcast, I'm gonna show you my cousin.
Really?
My cousin, her name is Sada. She's a professional sports announcer in Italy.
Get out.
And now I'm looking at you, and when I show you her, it's so funny. I think
Really?
it's your doppelganger.
My twin. I love her
100%.
already.
Oh my God, yeah. So she does all the sports. She married my cousin did marry a famous soccer player, and she's oh my God. Like you watch her. So I watch her on TV because my parents always watch Italian television, and she's a sportscaster. And it's like, again, it's like I see this beautiful woman, and you think like, oh, high and mighty, like. And then, like, she comes home. We were all in Sicily together because she was working in mainland Italy, and she'll come home for when we're all in Sicily together on family vacation. And she's just the sweetest girl on the freaking planet. And that there's no ego. There's nothing. She's the most humble. And when my wife first met her, because she used to just see like the videos of her, my wife would go and be like, she's so freaking sweet. I can't. So it's like, it is like going back to like the profiling of that. And I think it's just like, I think it's just completely inaccurate. I really do.
Yeah.
Because like, it could be, I bet it is for a lot of people, it could be intimidating to for some people. I mean, I can, you know what? I'll vouch for this one. I'll vouch. I would vouch for it. But okay, so you were going to school paying double.
It's crazy, yeah.
And did you finish or?
No, it's just too much money. It was too much. So then I just worked at a restaurant, and that's actually how I got introduced into real estate, managing the restaurant.
And how did that transpire?
Honestly, it changed my life.
No, so like what I want to ask you, so like the reason I say highlight the journey in my podcast is like, what was the pivotal moment? So something had to happen at the restaurant.
Yeah.
So what?
I'm still actually very thankful for this person. He's still in the business. He's the sweetest. So service industry kind of goes hand in hand with like real estate. And so I had a client, and he was one of my regulars, and he would come at the bar all the time. And I'm like, what do you do?
I love that. You spend so much time with somebody, and obviously you're a bartender.
Yeah.
So you're just serving drinks, just doing your thing.
Serving drinks, but I managed the restaurant too. So, you had to, be personable, talk to everybody.
But I think that goes with that type of service, regardless. Waitresses, any type of service like that. Even I know you were managing the business, but also it's the experience.
For sure.
People want to come and they do want to see
for your
you.
experience.
Yes,
Yeah.
they want to see and have a good conversation because maybe that person's just not having a day and they just want to go to the bar. But okay, so this guy
so this
who is
person
it?
would always come for lunch and we just sit at the bar for hours, and I'm like, you're always on a suit. I'm like, so you don't have an office? Like, what do you do for work?
His office was the bar.
For many of us, for many realtors, that's how they network, right?
Oh, I know.
At the bar, that's where you make a lot of your connections. And he was like, I do real estate. And I'm like, what is that? What is real estate?
Hold on a second. Pause right there. When he said that, did you say it?
I swear to God, I was like, what is
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what is that? Like, so what do you do? He's like, I help people buy and sell houses.
And what year was this roughly?
This was probably 2015, maybe. Yeah.
Wow. Before you continue, I'm just pausing for a second. Just flip your phone over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want the video. So 2015?
Mm-hmm.
So what happened after that? So did you
So he was like, yeah, I was like, how do you
real estate?
I was like, how do you real estate?
Kat?
I'm like, do you go to school? Like, do you go to school to be in real estate? But again, because my background, right? So my family, my mom just knows how to work hard. She doesn't know that you don't have to. There's different things that you could do to facilitate the things that you do in life. They think that everything is manual work, right?
You don't need to tell me because that's how my father is.
Yeah.
And that's how he built, first of all, like our family and getting what was the American dream. And then when he got into real estate, he was working his W-2 and then going home remodeling homes.
Yeah.
And my father knows one mode. Work. But there's different strategies
For sure.
and how to navigate those waters where you don't have to do as much as you think.
Right.
At a certain point, you do have to work hard. So
For
so
sure.
as you were saying,
yeah, so I was like, so do you go to college?
you go to college for real estate?
He's like, no, you take a course. He was like, Kat, like you should get into it. You would do amazing. But then I found out like I couldn't. I didn't have my green card, so I couldn't
you're still
work.
not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it was. I think the way God works, God is just amazing. It wasn't until like a few years later that I was able to get my green card, and the first thing I did was go get my real estate.
When did you get your green card?
2019.
Wow, so this is about 6 years ago. So this is not like.
Oh no, this is brand spanking new. Yeah.
Wow.
So the first thing I did, I went and took my course.
I freaking love that. I love that
Yeah.
so much, and I really want to pick that moment of your story apart. You're struggling. You went through such a difficult process getting to this country, working. Your mom working hard from Queens to move to Long Island, to be a bartender, pay double at Suffolk Community Colleges. You were not handed something that was on a silver platter.
Mm-hmm.
You fought for it, and then at the moment that you were able to do the next move, you didn't think twice, and it sounds like you just jumped right on that. So what'd you do? You took the real estate agent?
Yep, I took the. I think it's called American Dream.
Yeah.
I went and took my course at the class. Well, I tried to do it online.
I did that, and it was a
Yeah,
bad
it was
idea.
bad idea.
Yeah, I'm with you. Next,
It was a bad idea. I couldn't. I feel like I have ADHD. I couldn't focus, so I was like, I'm a visual learner. I want to be in the classroom, so I did. And then and then I had to take my test. Failed 3 times.
nice. But that was not stopping you clearly.
No, I was like,
Absolutely.
I'm going after
Yeah,
this.
that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it is difficult because I actually did it, and it's a lot of law. It's a lot of law. You got
Everything is law.
It's just law, and that's not an easy. First of all, that's not an easy concept to grasp, and then to memorize everything it's within itself. So I totally can. I know because I have a lot of certifications that have all law books. They're just all.
Yeah, I remember every time I fail, I'm like at the bar. I'm asking Brendan. So
Now, when you're at the
Brendan-
bar, are you at the bar? Now, are you sitting on the stool now? Or are you?
yeah, I'm like literally like next time, I'm like Brendan. I think that like where I'm failing is mortgagee or mortgagor. What am I getting here? Like I'm missing.
Do you
them
know
up.
the difference now?
Now I know the difference. But at the bar, I was like, "There's something I'm failing on," and I know that that's what it is. But I think I was also just nervous.
This is what's so frustrating, and I think it's so true. I know some of the best people because I work in construction. I know some of the best people in the construction industry that knows everything, but they don't have the license to hold the job position, but they can't take the test. And it's just like, but then you have people, and they're the best people, but then you have people that can take the test,
And they don't do it.
they shouldn't have no business doing it. So it's a
Yeah.
very contradictory thing, I believe, the testing. Because I failed, like I don't want to say you can't fail, but I did horrible on my SATs. I just did bad in all those avenues, and I thought I really thought I was a failure. Like, oh
I
my
know,
God.
but some people are just bad test takers. Yeah.
You think that's an easy excuse?
No, but I'm a firm
No,
believer.
I'm just joking
like,
around. You're
people
not
like
I'm just a
learn-
bad test taker.
No.
But no, it's true. It's just being how you read words, and especially that you had the language barriers. How did you overcome that? Let's backtrack a little bit because your English is pretty damn good. I mean,
You're just being kind.
No,
you
I'm
know I
not.
have an
No, I'm not.
accent.
well, you do have an accent. You know what's
Yeah.
crazy? I don't hear my parents' accent.
Really?
Yeah, and they have the really thick, and everybody looks at me like, "What are you crazy?" I'm just.
Yeah.
I guess because I just been born and raised with my parents. Obviously, it's just.
You're better than my son because he's like, Mom, that's not how you say it.
Do you get pissed off at him?
No.
I remember I was at the dinner table, and I had to be like 10 years old,
Yeah.
and my dad was sitting there eating, and he said some word wrong, and I corrected him.
Oh, he was like not having it.
I didn't realize until I was older, but it's kind of like I embarrassed him. I
Yeah.
embarrassed his son embarrassed his father, and I was like,
Yeah.
but at the time it was just like I was being a kid.
You're
no,
being a kid.
Like no, you're
Yeah.
supposed to say it like this, and he's like,
Well, I think that that's
A lot
also
of
what
time
makes
words
us
came out.
better parents, right? So,
Yeah.
because our parents weren't perfect.
I don't think any. So here's the wild thing, and you're a parent, and I'm a parent. Not to say we don't know what we're doing, but there's just I don't think there's ever I just believe because it seems I heard you mention God. Like I'm a spiritual person where I believe in God, and I just believe in doing the right thing and what is going to be best for my kids. And it's the same thing with your mom said about bringing you here. It's what is going to be the best thing, and I think that's the ultimate goal. And it's just there's no perfection.
No,
and,
not at all. And I think that what makes you a great parent, right, is that you take the good things from your parents and you learn from the bad things that they did with us, right? And then we try not to make those mistakes with our kids.
You gotta break the chain.
Yeah.
You gotta break the chain.
It's you have to do it. I think we owe it to ourselves to kind of heal that inner child, but also to not raise kids that are going to need therapy, you know?
And I thought about this as I'm raising my kids, and it's like, I want to avoid all those things, and I think there is going to be those elements, but then it's just like,
And we're going to make mistakes.
they're going to make mistakes, but I love how you said healing the inner child. That is so, it's so beautiful. That's so beautiful to say, because I remember when I was going through such hardship, and then I looked at myself and saying, wait a minute, it's not the world around me, it's what's inside, and I'm holding on to a lot of child pain that's really not that serious. And
No, but it is serious. But hold it on to it. You're only gonna hurt yourself, right?
yeah,
And I think we owe it to ourselves when we were kids to kind of like love ourselves because
Yeah.
we were hard on ourselves.
immigrant parents, man. Well, so you failed 3 times, and then what happened? Did you? What was? What? Okay. What? So when did you pass?
So I finally passed I think it was my third time I passed. And then I was like, I'm ready. I think that as soon as I got my results, because I think it took a few days to get your results, right?
Oh my God, you must have been sweating.
Yeah, I was. But as soon as I got it, I think the very next day I had my meeting with Coldwell Banker and joined a team. Joined actually Brendan, who was the one who told me about real estate. Joined his team.
You had to. You had to. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
He kind of nudged you in the right direction.
Joined his team and then started full force. Yeah.
So I know you don't. You're not. You still hold the license, right?
No,
Oh, so you gave it up.
I gave it up. I
So
only
now
do
what
title.
do you do? You do the title, right?
Yep, I only do title.
What inspired you to do that?
Honestly, it was just something that just fell on my lap, like per se. So from the beginning, as soon as I started doing real estate, I understood the power of social media and how I needed to market myself and brand myself because now I wasn't working for somebody, right? This was my business and I needed to promote my business.
100%.
So I stared full force on social media. I started growing. Also the
Yeah,
teams.
you have a lot of followers. You have like 100,000 followers, right?
Yeah.
That's not easy. Holy
No,
crap!
it's not.
I'm sorry.
And people think it's easy. And I think that that's one of my biggest pet peeves. I don't take offense to anything, but certain things I do.
Because there was a grind behind getting those
For
followers.
sure. And then some people like try to discredit that. Oh, but it's because look at the way that you look, And it's like, yeah, but it's still a lot of hard work. There's a lot of pretty people who are not
There's
putting
only so many
content out there.
There's only so much pictures of yourself you can put out there
Mm-hmm.
or videos that do nothing. But I watch your content, and it's either obviously you do promote yourself in what you do, and then you do have the comedy side where I see you do
Mm-hmm.
some stuff. So I know that's not. And that's not easy. And then to keep going with it.
Yeah, and I think it's also like at the beginning when I was doing it, realtors weren't really promoting themselves like that, So it's like putting yourself out there like that. I got a lot of backlash.
Really?
A lot. I was the TikTok girl. Oh, that's the TikTok girl.
You're the TikTok.
Yeah.
So like you walk in the
Yeah.
office, oh, you're the TikTok
You're
girl?
the TikTok girl. Yeah,
And they don't realize how powerful
Oh, yeah.
that is.
So crazy. So like even like yesterday we were at Blackstone and we're sitting there and it's like a business lunch and we're all talking. I'm on my laptop. Everybody's doing what they need to be doing. And a guy walks from the bar and he just kept staring. And then he was like, I know you.
Yep.
He goes, I know you. Is your name Kat? And I was like, yeah. He was like, I follow you.
She's famous, ladies and gentlemen.
Not famous, but he was like, I follow you. And I was like, oh my God, what's your Instagram? But I think he was too shy to say it. And so this morning I woke up, he was like, hi, see, I do follow you.
Oh my God. So my wife told me one day, she goes, her mother-in-law called her mother called her and goes, I got a package, and the mom got a package, and she lives in Malvern. I live in Massapequa. I wasn't there. Neither one of us are there. And somehow the person delivering the package to my mother-in-law, she brought up the topic about real estate, and then she asked, do you know who Dan is? And the guy goes, yeah. I'm like, and I guess I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And that's like I'm starting to get a little bit more of that here and there, but it's quite insane. You like,
but doesn't it feel good?
100%.
It feels good because you are putting work into it, right?
Yeah, the idea behind it is that you want to able what I do here right now, making this podcast, is to make this content where people are able to see it and there's work involved and that my work is being paid off. Absolutely. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like a, kind of like I see the views and I see some comments. I'm like, great. But then when you actually meet the physical person, because I actually knew so I didn't come up to you because I was, I guess, intimidated. I really was. I was intimidated. That's why I said I could speak on my behalf. I remember when I first saw you and I knew of you. It was what's that event?
The brewery?
The brewery. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw you. I'm like, that's Kat. I'm like, and it was like kind of, it's like funny too because it's like surreal because I've been watching you on a phone and now you're physically there. It's like, I know so much about you. You know Jack. You don't know anything about me. It's like such a weird. It is, and that's the other weird thing too. It's like
Yeah, but you get to connect with people, right? That you
100%.
maybe wouldn't be able to. But I get that all the time, and then they get to know me, and they're like, "It's not what I expected," which is crazy because I feel like I come off super friendly on my videos. But they're expecting I don't know,
It's the same thing with my cousin.
yeah.
It's the same thing. That's why I feel like when my wife said, "Oh my God, you thought it was this way, but it's just not. It's just not."
That's why it's important to give people a chance, right? What you see online, it's not everything.
It can go both ways.
Yeah.
It can go both ways. It can go one way where I feel like there's a good chance of it. Like, okay, this person's really a great person, but then
You get to meet them, and they're like, "Not, no, for sure." Yeah.
they might be a little phony.
Yeah.
So I want to know if it's okay, and if it's okay with you, because you did mention it earlier in the podcast. You said you started an event, Let's Get Social for domestic violence, and you shared that story with me. Are you willing to
Oh,
share?
for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's important.
That's why I want to
Yeah.
tackle it, and I just want to make sure it's for me. I don't know enough information. I don't. I just hear the stories, and I just I don't understand. Something like that doesn't compute in my head that somebody would do that to another person. First of all, and especially to a woman. It's just that I don't understand that. I simply just, how could you do that? So
Yeah. But that's what I love about you, Dan. It's like you're a husband, you're a dad, but you're a man, right?
I am a guy.
And are you?
I am a guy.
Are you?
I think. Yes. I'm from. Yes. Yes. No. But yes, I am a guy. I know how guys think to a caliber. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
But I don't understand the physical part where somebody would lay a
For
hand
sure.
on
But I just love that you are even just willing to want to know more about it and educate yourself on it, right? Because there is a stigma and people do have questions. And I think it is a big issue that we're facing. And I think for a man to just want to know more about it, I think it's important,
Of course, and it's like, I think also, and I had these conversations with my wife, we look at certain people and we're asking the questions after we see them, like, do you think he's hitting them?
Yeah.
And we're trying to figure it out because something's not right. We know this person for so long, but now he's with somebody else. Is this person doing damage? Obviously there's the emotional component, which I learned in recent years. And now the physical part, I can't, my brain doesn't register it.
Right.
My brain just.
No, it's hard. I think the reason why you stay for so long, it's people need to understand that women don't just choose to stay in a situation.
So hold up right there, because I just want to fill it in a little bit. So you were in a relationship that was a domestic violence relationship where the person you're with was being abusive.
Yep, I was in a marriage, actually, my husband. And I was my son was fairly young, so. Financially, I was attached to this person. We lived together. And it's almost like, not that you didn't know any better, but it's like, I'm very traditional and conservative in the way that I think. So, and I think it's just the way that I was raised as well. So I'm thinking, this is my marriage. I have to stay.
Well, you are faithful, so and I understand that too. Coming from my background, it's like they don't divorce.
Yeah.
You don't divorce. There's no.
And you think that you're gonna ride the wave, and you're gonna, marriage is hard, and you got to put in work into it, right? Yeah. And then I think it's the empathetic side of it too, because people need to understand that it's like, is the physical but emotional abuse too. So you feel like, okay, well, I gotta support this person through this. And even though he's hurting me, they're just, they have trauma that they're dealing with. And I have to be the wife, so I have to be a support system. But it's like, you don't have to stick through it and think that somebody's hurting you. It's love. That's not also not respect. So it's a lot. It's a lot that goes into it. I think that, also people need to understand that statistically, a woman leaving puts her in more danger. Like a lot
Why
of,
is that?
because men, I mean, as soon as a woman is ready to leave or they try to leave, that's usually when they lose their lives. So they have to, yes, statistically, that's usually what happens. So women have to like really plan and
The exit strategy.
Because that's usually where the man goes crazy. Like, you're not gonna leave me.
And the only thing I can say to this, and I'm going to be as frank and honestly as possible, because you're sharing such a powerful story, is that as a man, I remember in my early years, in my late teens, early 20s, that how manipulated manipulation towards women, and I would think I can keep them with me or arm's length, and I didn't realize what I was doing at the time was very damaging. First to the woman, and then also myself, just I'm not valuing that person. I'm tricking them, saying, you need to stay in this. So it sounds like the same method, the same term, but obviously there's a physical component where it becomes that's life threatening, more dangerous. So I guess it's those stories too where I hear on TV the guy killed the girl. It's just.
And it's usually after they leave. So I think women have to be very careful, plan a good strategy, That's why I'm very private with location and stuff like that.
You post a lot of stuff. I have no idea where you are, but don't say it. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Good.
So it's important to share. And I think for women also to know that you don't have to stay there, that there is help. Especially, I think, and going back on that topic, I think for immigrant women as well, I think for us, it was a little bit, for me, I could speak for myself, it was a little bit harder.
Because you probably felt you just probably felt like, okay, I'm in this country now. I don't have a say. Like, you just felt like you were just like, but you're a human being.
Right.
That doesn't matter if you're in this country or not. You should not be taken out. But in your head, you probably put this together. This is my husband. I'm supposed to stay with my husband. I have a child with him. The kid needs. You're checking all these other boxes, and you're put it up there. And as a woman's nature, and I think the same way you do. I believe a woman is the nurturer, the caretaker in the family, and the husband is the worker. Not to say women, and I like to be clear on this. Not to say women cannot work. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like the man is the hunter, the gatherer,
the provider.
Correct. And I'm not against my wife working. If she wants to go back to work, she can go right back to work. No, but I do believe that. So I think you have those boxes that were being checked off where you just.
And I was also very young.
How old were you?
When I got married, I think I was 25.
Okay. Wow.
So
and how long was the relationship?
I'm still waiting for divorce.
Are you still married?
I'm still waiting for the divorce. Okay. Yeah. I finally agreed to sign. So hopefully praying to God.
Yeah, you want to
in the next few months.
How do you plan an exit strategy?
Family and friends.
So I actually want to break it down a little bit. So obviously you got to a certain point where, like, I guess maybe relatives and people can see your condition, because I remember you sharing photos of your condition when you were literally black and blue. I was like, what? This is not Kat. Like, it's just, you see a beautiful woman, and then like I see the opposite of just holy crap. So I guess everybody starts to see that too. Like, so how did you start this, like, I guess get the motivation or trying to get out of it and then plan for it? Because I think this is a very good story to share, see how you do it, because there could be somebody listening at this very moment.
I think with friends and family, and even when my friends and my family try to help, right, I just wasn't there yet. and I went back so many times because, again, you're trying to save your marriage and you're trying to see why this person is acting this way. But I could say I was finally ready when I was like, okay, I could defend for myself. And I could just, I don't need this in my life. And I need to plan it where,
Was
I'm going to be safe and my son is going to be safe.
was there a moment when you finally knew you had to defend yourself?
Yeah, when I when I thought I was like, I'm gonna die. I was like, I'm gonna die. And it was finally when I was trying to when the seed was planted in my head about real estate. I was like,
Wow. So I
yeah,
think this story is going to go this way, but keep
yeah.
going.
So I was like, if I'm gonna be in real estate, like I'm gonna have to be able to talk to other men and go to networking events and
They
do
got
these
sharks.
things.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to do that in this marriage because every little thing, I don't know what's gonna trigger, the next burst of violence or anything like that. So I knew I wanted better for myself, and I knew that I could do it. So I just started like doing, little things so I could leave safely.
So what are the kind of like the? Do you want to mention what?
Oh
is
yeah, for
what-
sure.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
financially, just making sure I had some money saved.
Okay.
Not telling anybody where I was going, who I was going to be staying with,
None of that.
none of that.
Good.
So stuff like that.
Is it true? And I've seen these videos before, like a woman picking up the phone. They're in a domestic violence. They pick up the phone and they call 911, but they're ordering a pizza.
I think I saw some TikToks like that.
I don't know if you're familiar with any. Is there like, in other words, what I'm trying to ask you, is there signals to give people that you're in this thing and you can't get out?
I mean, I think the signals are pretty much there. I mean, I remember.
You could see it, but
yeah, I remember going to work and like my arms would be so bruised, and people just started asking questions. I mean, I think that the way to go about it, I think if you want to help somebody, privately, because I do remember somebody doing that to me like publicly, and I was so ashamed. I was like so ashamed. Like I didn't even know how to, like I think I just like ran away and started crying.
Yeah, because you're just.
Because
That's so heart wrenching. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Because
So I think do it privately. I think if you care and if you want to help, I think don't push. Just when you're ready to speak on it, I'm here to listen, to help however it is that I can help when you're ready. I think the misconception is like a lot of women just like, actually somebody did this to me yesterday at the networking event. They were like, but you look like you can fight. And I'm like, I'm a girl. I'm not going to fight.
So I kind of got your story a little bit wrong. I want to clarify it because there's a big mistake with your story. And just to be clear, because you had corrected me on this one, and now I remember, your son is not with the same person.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to be clear on that because you said you felt so bad for the father.
For my son's father, yeah.
Yeah. That is not the guy.
That is not
the guy. But a lot of people assume that's it, and want to be clear on that because I think it's
important.
Yeah, it is because I thought the same thing. I thought your son. I thought that was the person that was doing that to you but it's not. That's not true. So I just wanted to make sure I set the record correct for you because I did say you're married, had a kid together. That's not what happened. Wow. Do you have people that come up to you? Do you have people that message you about it?
Yeah, a lot. I actually just had a realtor. She was asking me, she was like, listen, I helped this girl get a rental. I think she's being abused by her partner.
Okay.
I don't know what I should do, how I should go about it. So yeah, no, I do have people that come up.
Good. What's so great about your story and everything, and we were mentioning the followers. I'm glad that you have this amount of followers. I'm glad that you have this network base. I'm glad you have this outlet. It's because you provide a service that I don't see out there. I don't.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. I mean, I personally don't see. Maybe you might see a little bit more because with women and stuff. But now, as a man that just follows you, now I know. Like, okay, if I fall into this situation where I see a friend or relative, I'm gonna message you immediately.
Yeah,
saying, Kat,
and
what do I do here?
There's help out there, and it's so wild to me because I always told God that like I would always give back and help any way that I can. And I think that's why I was able to grow. It's like I'm always looking to share something, or where people can relate a little bit. We're not perfect. I think when you're trying to portray that you're so perfect, you're never gonna be able to build a community.
Did you ever feel that way? Like you had to be perfect? Because you're saying a lot like we're not perfect, but it sounds like there's like you had to get to a level of acceptance of that you're not going to be perfect. Like,
No, I think it's because I think in this business, people make assumptions and they think that you're perfect, and they try to portray this thing, right? And one of the number one questions I always get asked is like, oh my God, how do you get so many followers? How do I grow on social media? And it's like, that's not the point,
Oh. So what is the point?
Yeah, it's like, no, you're not going to just skyrocket and grow.
No, it doesn't happen.
You have to be able to add value to your people, right? And create a community. Share your stuff. Don't just portray that you're so perfect, because people want to be able to relate to you. If you're perfect, they're not going to be able to relate to you. So share those stories.
Yeah. I had this guy DM me the other day, and he goes, please like my listing. And I looked on his profile. He had like 2 photos on there, and I messaged him back. I said to him, no, I'm not gonna like your listing, and I'm not trying to be a jerk right now. What I want you to understand is that it looks like you have 100 followers, which is great. You have 100, and that's something. But if you don't, you're coming off desperate, and you're asking for something that you have not gotten to that level of getting likes or whatever. Me personally, I don't care. I just prefer, it's just, I'm very like, it's out there. If one person grabs my information, fantastic. I did what I like ultimately want to do with my content. But I told him this whole message about like, you got to put your time in. You got to work at it. And people got to relate to you. Like, oh, you have a listing, and I've been following you for 2 years, and you have a listing. Yeah, I'm going to like your post because I want you to do good, and I know you, and I watch you go to houses and try to door knock, and you see these videos. So the social media thing too is like, I think a lot of people that like I'm like shocked that people actually like me, but they watch me from like not zero, but watch me build my name, my brand. I went through like 5 different brand changes, and like what is going to work, and that's such great entertainment too. Watching somebody grow,
yes, and your followers love that. Like I love that I have people that are actually like rooting for me. Like I get DMs all the time, like I've seen your growth, like I've seen your process. So like I am so proud of you. And these people don't know me, but I've shared so much, and they feel like, they're part of it. So you have to make your audience feel like they're part of what you're trying to build.
How many DMs do you get a day? Do you get like an influx of them? I feel like
they get me in trouble all the time. Because it's like, I sent you a DM, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Like and I don't mean to sound rude, but it's just like, there was also like so many other inboxes. So sometimes.
Oh yeah, there's like 5 inboxes now.
Yeah.
There's like the spam, the delete, and then there's like actual legitimate message from somebody. You're like, I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. I'm sorry. Like I'm telling you, it gets me in trouble all the time.
Oh, poor Kat.
My favorite one is, I blocked you because you weren't following me. Like I didn't know. And I'm like the most.
Is that a requirement? The guy.
I am like the most. Like I'm like, oh yeah, like let me follow you back. But like if I don't know, you can't blame me for that.
You didn't even follow me until recently.
Yeah, but like,
am I gonna hold that over your head?
You can't,
Can't.
So because like honestly, like there was a one point that I was getting hundreds of followers a day when when Instagram used to like me.
I don't like you anymore.
They do not like me anymore. They definitely do punish you when you start taking. They do. They like
Instagram. They put you in jail.
Instagram jail.
Oh man.
They stop pushing your content. So.
Well, that's BS.
I know. I'm like, I need a mental break. So I'm like, you can't take it personally, know, because I'm like, I'll follow you back, but like if I didn't know.
Yeah, why are you not liking my post, Kat?
I'm sorry.
I'm very, very hurt right now.
But I try to be as active as I can. But like sometimes like Instagram only pushes certain like accounts that you're following. Yes, sometimes it only, like I can't get mad, if somebody not it's Instagram.
Are you ready to have a little fun right now?
Sure.
You seem right. Like some people always get shocked by that. Like, what? What are we gonna do? Do you know what rapid fire questions are?
Rapid fire questions.
Yeah. So basically, I'm just gonna ask you a bunch of questions, and just try to answer them as
Quick.
quickly. Yeah. Okay. Do you have a favorite smell? Something that you smell that just
Vanilla.
vanilla. What is if you could pick any car right now? What would it be like financially that you had unlimited money?
Oh my God.
Ooh, what is it?
I'm not like into cars like that.
But it's important for real estate people, right?
Just because my son was talking about it this morning. What did he say?
Better get the son's favorite car here.
He said Lamborghini Urus. He said that he liked that car. Yeah.
I don't know anything about
Yeah.
cars. I was just curious. What's your favorite color?
Black. I don't.
Why?
I don't think black is a color, but
The shade.
yeah.
But we'll go with it. It's acceptable. What was the weirdest thing you ever eaten?
The weirdest thing.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
think a worm.
a worm?
Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
Oh my God. Which cartoon character best represents you? So you look at this cartoon character and you see yourself.
Ooh, that's a good question.
It is.
I don't know. This is gonna sound weird. Maybe Bugs Bunny.
Why? Why do you feel that? I mean, that's your character? I don't know.
No, I feel like he's funny and he's
Actually,
like,
yeah, you know what? With your
Yeah.
content, I definitely could see the
Yeah.
adventurous funny side about all that.
And I'm always game for anything. Like I'm like nothing embarrasses me at this point.
You passed all that. What skill do you have that's completely useless? You have a skill that's pointless.
A skill.
Yeah.
Sewing.
do you fix clothes? Like my wife is begging
Yeah.
me. She wants a sewing machine. I gotta get her for Christmas. Yeah. But is that a good thing or bad thing? It's like so I get her a sewing machine. She wants it, but it's like, am I indicating that I need her to do something? Like
No.
if you could be any superhero, what would it be?
Superhero.
Actually, no. I re-ask that. If you can only
Superpower.
that's
Flying.
not- why flying?
Um.
Flying. Wow.
Yeah.
Flying cat.
Yeah. Maybe that's a new cartoon character.
Are we good? Okay. When you eat, do you have hamburger and fries?
Of course. I'm a
Okay.
big girl. I like to eat.
Okay, I'm just asking. When you order burger and fries, are you the type of person that eats the burger first, then the fries, or do you eat the fries first, then the burger, or do you eat them both together at the same time?
Together at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you the type of person that puts one sock on, one shoe on, and then the next sock, next shoe on?
Oh, I know. Both socks are on. And then the shoes.
Good. That means you're a normal person. What was the best piece of furniture that you bought? A piece of furniture that you just absolutely love.
Actually, I got it from TikTok shop.
Irony.
It's this swinging, like bench, I guess you would say, that is on my balcony.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I sit there with my son.
Oh, that must be nice.
Yeah.
Oh. What noise do you absolutely hate?
Shooing.
Really?
Like loud shooing?
Does it bother you if you're at a restaurant and somebody has chewing with their mouth open? Does that?
No, it's just the shooing, like, like shooing too loud.
I remember I was chewing gum one time, and it was when I was younger, and this girl was like, "Can you stop chewing? You sound hoarse." And like, I was so mortified by that. What's your favorite book?
You're a badass and you know it.
Ooh, I like that. Do you watch Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie. Oh my God, this is gonna sound so cliche, but I swear I do love this movie.
Let's hear it.
Overboard. and Coming to America.
Coming to America? That's with Eddie Murphy, right?
Yeah, and then Overboard. I think Overboard is my favorite, and then Coming
Wow,
to
I didn't
America.
expect that. What kind? Well, actually, let me ask another question. What kind? Like, so, like, if you had a like, what's your favorite types of movies?
80s and 90s movies.
Okay, so you like the
those.
retro stuff.
Yeah.
Is it more comedy based or just general the 90s?
Comedy.
You like
Comedy,
comedies?
yeah.
I mean, Coming to America. I mean, that's a good one. I really don't hear that often.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, well, I feel like there's a lot of lost art with some movies recently.
Yes. So actually, I agree with you, and that's why I started. So once a week, I pick an old movie and I watch it with my son.
What does your son think about that? I love that idea, by the way. What does your son? How does he feel about that?
At first, he wasn't like, "Oh my God, Mom! Like, these movies are so old." But like now,
He understands.
he loves it because it's like when we grew up, it was so different.
Yeah.
So he's catching on a lot of culture stuff, that he gets to learn and not just hear about it.
Don't. I feel like this is such a funny question, but I'm going to ask it. When you go to bed, do you wear socks or you don't wear socks?
No socks. I usually take them off. They bother me.
It's such a weird thing. Oh my God. What's your biggest pet peeve? Well, you told me that was the chewing gum, so I already asked that question. Sorry about that. Here's a good question, and I've always asked it. And I was like, do I ask her this? And I'm just going to ask you. Would you rather be sexy or would you rather be smart?
Ooh, hungry. Both.
You can't pick both. You only can pick one.
But I feel like we have a lot of women that are both.
Fine. Fine. Oh man. That's it for the rapper questions for now. We're pretty much at the end. Just want to touch base. Like, so where are you at today? So what's happening in your life today? With your career and everything.
Yeah, I don't even think I ever answered the
No,
title.
you never did. Never. That's the whole point. I think. Yeah. So what's people are shocked by? Like, I get like real estate people on, but it was more of hearing your backstory. How did you get here today? And I could sit here and we could talk about title and we could talk about that. And I'm not saying you will absolutely provide great value, but I think it's more fun to see what you're really all about. Like,
get to know the person.
Yeah. I mean, you blew my mind. This podcast blew my mind today. Like I can't wait. Like I'm gonna tell my wife. I was like, what?
Yeah.
But yeah. Where are you at today with I know with the title company and everything. So and what you're doing.
So now I just focus on title. I think what I love the most about title is that I get to connect with agents at any stage of their journey in real estate, right? Because it's not easy. There's a lot of things that they don't teach you at school, and I love to be a resource and an ally to realtors to grow their business. And I think for a long time, people didn't know about title.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm a real estate investor. I buy houses, and then when I get the message from my attorney's like, "This is the title company." I'm like, "Okay." Like I have no idea, but I didn't realize how much is actually involved.
Yeah.
So like, to pick the title thing, what are maybe the one or two or three things that you would say are like very important when it comes to the transaction of title and everything? Because I lost a house recently because the title was was locked. It was basically locked up. I couldn't. The other attorney will not.
But it was protecting you, right?
Yes, of course, 100%. Yeah.
So and then that's the main thing about title, right? You want to protect your consumers, your clients. You want to make sure that down the line, they don't lose their house over someone's mistake.
So, what is the most important thing with title that you suggest that you should always have, no matter what? I know there's a title insurance or in that aspect. What's your recommendation?
I think just. The consumer just needs to know that they do have a say and they could choose who the title company is.
Okay.
And I think that is one of those things, like everybody shops around for their rate.
Everybody shops. We're all shopping.
Commissions. They're always shopping something, right? And they should know that they should be able to get different title quotes.
They should. And I didn't even realize that because I always pushed it on my attorney. And my attorney finally announced to me, it's like, yeah, you can pick whatever title company you want. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't.
But think
I
about it.
didn't know that. I just said yes
Yeah.
to it, kind of like pushing it off.
Right.
You know?
But, as a professional, if you could save your clients some money, who looks like the rock star? You do, right?
Hell yeah! Come on,
Exactly.
you want to hear it. Rocks.
Yeah.
You know, people been using a lot of this term hero a lot, but now I think I want to switch it now. I like rock star.
Rockstar, yeah.
Badass. I see that.
Yeah.
What do you see? Where do you want to be in the next 5-10 years? Is it still this thing? Do you want to open your own, brokerage or like type of company or like?
Yeah, I mean, I love where I am right now, but I think that's the goal at some point, right?
Yeah.
To open up your own, and kind of like grow that.
What would you call it?
I don't know.
Cat's titles?
I don't know. That's I feel like
Very confusing.
I feel like you have people that are just like not the kindest on social media. So Kat's title, I could just see the comments just going nuts on that one. Yeah.
Oh my God. That's funny. So I really want to say thank you. Thank you for everything you have shared today. Thank you. I really I'm blown away. I'm very blown away by your story. I did not for a second think about what your backstory was, but to hear this massive overcoming and where you are today is so remarkable. And I didn't ask you the one big thing I want to ask you. How'd you get your dog to start dancing with you?
He loves me. Oh my God. So I actually never liked dogs.
How did the dog come in your life then?
Yeah, I never liked dogs. And my son, because he's the only child, he was talking about siblings, and I was like, I'll get you a dog.
Oh, I want a brother, or I want a sister. No, here's a dog.
Here's a dog. So I don't even know how I found this website. And I know people are very particular with pets, and they think that you should adopt, which I think you should. But you don't know. I think Arthur
You're
was
going
just
against the grain on this podcast. Just keep going.
Yeah,
you keep
I know.
You keep doing it. Don't worry about anybody else. I think you know that because I don't think you would have the amount of followers if you sat there and heard somebody else's comment.
Yeah, So I don't even know how I found this website. But anyways, I was like, this got to be like a scam because how much I paid for my dog was like nothing. And I'm emailing this person. I'm like, why can't you send me videos or pictures? Like, this sounds very weird,
It was like Facebook Marketplace. Where are you?
It was like a website, but come to find out, it was an Amish family. So that's what it was. That's why. So I didn't know this at first. So I told my friend, I was like, listen, I found this really nice dog for Kyle. He doesn't know. I want to surprise him. It might be a scam. I was like, we have to drive to PA. Can you come with me?
Oh, man, this sounds like a wonderful adventure.
So I was like, she was like, yeah, let's go. I was like, all right, bring a knife just in case.
Just bring a knife.
We get there and it was an Amish family. So of course he wasn't going to send like pictures or videos. And the dog that I was actually going there for, his name was Archie. Somebody had already taken him.
Oh.
So he was like, but I have this other dog. His name is Arthur. And his mom came over. I have the video. She was like, I felt so bad. I was like, are you sure? I was like, the mom looks really sad. And he was like, yeah, because I mean, if you don't take him, somebody else is going to take him.
Yeah.
So I took him, and I actually didn't even want to hold him because I do not like dogs. Like,
Wow.
I just did not.
So you really, really love your son. That's all I'm hearing right now.
Yeah. Oh my God. And it was just so
She didn't,
nuts.
and you didn't want another kid. So at that,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, we got to get this.
And it was a long drive. So I dropped my friend off in Brooklyn. I drive back. I was like, I got to use the restroom. So I'm taking this dog out who just smells. And he like runs away. So I'm like literally chasing after this dog in the parking lot. And like this thing up for this
Please
lady
don't tell me
and her
were you wearing high
daughters.
heels? Were you wearing high heels?
No, I was not. I was
Okay.
not wearing high heels. And
That would have been a sight. Like,
it was
you running after
a dog in
yeah.
heels, which I still do sometimes with him. And yeah, no, he's part of our family. And actually, his birthday is in a few days. He's a Scorpio too.
But how'd you get him dancing with you?
I don't know.
Those videos are so hilarious.
He really thinks I'm like his mom. Like he
Well, you are.
loves me. Like I'm telling you, like this dog, I feel like he's like a human. He lays in there with me and like he snores. He snores and he's like I don't know. I've never seen a dog like that.
Does that sound bother you?
Never,
No, it's
could
just the chewing
never.
sound.
It's
That's
just
what
a
we know
chewing
about Kat.
sound.
Don't chew in front of Kat, please.
Yeah. But that's like his thing. He like sees me and he just wants to like hug me and dance. That's like his thing.
I love
He
it.
loves it, and he fights with my son all the time, which is crazy.
So you really have a sibling.
Yes,
He really has a sibling. He fights
really,
with him.
Yes, so like sometimes my son wants to sleep with me, and if he's not in between us, and my son is closer to me, this dog will go to my son's room and poo in his bed. Mind you, he doesn't do anything in my house.
Now
He
that
always
is-
waits until he goes outside. And I looked it up. I was like, oh my God. They fight like siblings.
No.
Yeah.
My dog's done it too. Playroom.
Yeah.
Because we recently gave my cats to my parents because we couldn't take care of them anymore. But the cats were not being taken care of, and I love my cats. It really was hurt. Like I didn't want to give them up. And we also had a dog. The dog and the cat started going to the bathroom in the playroom because
yeah.
and it's not like I'm doing it on purpose. It's just
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have a 3-year-old
have
and a
a
1-year-old.
daughter,
They're gonna get
yeah.
all the attention. But
Yeah.
animals are very. People think like, oh, just take, I have a dog in the house. No, if you're not taking care of them like a human.
Oh, they're spiteful. They're so spiteful. It's so crazy. They do have like their own personality.
They do.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah, my Arthur's the best.
Yeah. Before we close up shop, I like to always ask my guests this. If you have a message that you want to put to anybody out there, and that can be literally anything from everything you shared, like a motivational message that would maybe push somebody or something that you firmly believe in your heart.
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. I think for me, what I would say is, don't let the perception of the opinions of others stop you from like doing anything or questioning what you want to do. I think if you really want to do it, I think that you should just do it and not care too much about what people think.
100%. I don't think you or me would be doing the podcast because that's what we had to do to get to the next level. And I love that message. And thank you. I'm just going to put it out there. Do you want to share? Where do we find you? How do we find you?
Feed finders. No.
Oh my God! My wife's like, I think it's time to make OnlyFans feed, and it's like I don't have to share my face. I'm just like,
right. Like sometimes I'm like, you know what, Mom? Why do I have morals? Because these people are making so much money. Catherine that real estate on Instagram, on TikTok, and yes, the same name all across the platforms.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here today.
No, thank you. This was such a great podcast. I love all your questions.
Thanks.
They were great.
We will see you next time. See ya.